Zero.
It's Radio Zero with Rick and Rose, Friday, November 7th, 5:01 p.m. And let's see, what does the New York Times say? Oh, it says, no, it's poster children are, oh, shit. I get electrocuted if I touch my lips.
Electrocuted.
I see the light.
You die every time.
Does electrocuted mean that you died?
Yes, I believe
Oh, okay.
so.
I get a zap then. Is that the proper thing to say? Go ahead.
I don't know, but yeah, electrocuted is a little
There we go.
extreme.
Okay. I don't like it.
We're live streaming on Facebook on the Radio Zero page and Poster Children page, on Twitch at PCJC USA, and on the Poster Children YouTube channel. Back on every other Friday, 5 p.m. for, is it daylight savings time now, or is it?
It's government
Standard
shutdown time, actually, for right now. So, which part of the government is helping us do this? I gotta turn off the closed
You can
caption.
subscribe to the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go to radiozero.us. RSS feeds there. You can patronize us at patreon.com/radiozero. Thanks to all our patrons. I think it's probably just my hearing. I feel like my microphone sounds weird today.
I'm sorry. I'm busy texting
Yeah,
with
you're
Ian
busy.
Mackay.
Should we
No.
pause?
No. I just I had to. Okay, so we have a guest coming this week, right?
Not
This
on
next
Radio
week.
Zero.
Not on Radio Zero. Not on Radio Zero. Actually, Henry Rollins is going to be on Radio Zero with us, talking about his new project with Ian Mackay. You're probably very excited to hear about it. That's all I've been hearing about when I go online. Is Henry Rollins and Ian Mackay's new project. I even saw a video about it. That's really terrifying, right?
So you should.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
just
I'm
disseminating
disseminating
misinformation
even more
now. So why don't
misinformation.
you explain what you're talking about?
So Ian is coming to Normal, Illinois, on Tuesday. We think if the air traffic, if the flights work, if the flights happen.
If he's in the 60% of flights that are going to continue.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And so like I feel like it's my fault that this is happening. I begged him. Do you know what the term is in Yiddish? Let's see if you can remember.
Schlemiel? Schlemazel?
No. Hachnik kan Chinik.
Yeah, chip me a teapot.
Yeah. I hacked him. No public interview. No problem. Okay. I hacked him kan Chinik to come here. You need to come here. You need to be in front of our students. Like that. Oh, that'd be so cool. We have money to bring guest speakers in, visiting artists. We have the David Brian Williams visiting artist money to bring visiting artists. And I figured since I know like a famous person, I could beg them to come and talk in front. And then I got this idea. Like did I already complain about this? Like 60% of the students walking down the quad are wearing Nirvana shirts. They like say Nirvana and then they also say Old Navy on them. It's like you can get a Nirvana shirt. I'm sure you can get a Nirvana shirt probably at Old Navy. Right? Because it is insane. It's like every 10th person has not an Old Navy, Nirvana shirt on. There's different colors of Nirvana shirts I've never seen before. Everybody's got one. People who do not look like you know how like Nirvana fans kind of looked back in the day.
Like 20-something?
Yeah. Well, so like just people who. I don't know, just like normal, really, really normal looking people of all walks of life apparently just love that band. Or they have this fucking t-shirt.
I don't know if you know this, Rose, but Nirvana was very, very popular.
I don't know this.
And there were people who weren't cool, non-indie people listened to Nirvana. I would almost say that Nirvana was a top 40 band.
Can you actually, that's a top 40 band? They did make it in, it's in my book, they made it in somewhere to the top 40 or something like that, right? Yeah, they made it. They were number one, right? Okay, so But anyway, I see these people, and then I see a couple of people wearing Smashing Pumpkins shirts, and I get irked, and I'm like, these are kids, these are young kids. They should be listening to their own. They should be listening to Geese or Goose, or did Dow show you that band?
I feel like he did, but then he said he found him last night, so I don't know. Maybe he was listening to Goose and now he's listening to Geese. I don't know.
Or he was listening to Geese and now he's listening to Goose. But they should be listening to their own bands, but they've got, or wearing their own band's T-shirts, but they're wearing Nirvana shirts. So if you want, and I'm noticing like sort of I'm old enough now where they're like, when I say something about my childhood or something, oh yeah, I used to got beat up by people who listened to Led Zeppelin or whatever, and they'd be like, oh, lore drop, like so, like we're now like they're almost kind of interested in what it was like in the OG, like people will ask me that. I brought the cassette dubbing machine today, like old cassette dubbing machine. To my class today.
Where did you get that?
I got it from Eric. The IT people. There, one guy saved this, and everybody else making fun of him for having saved it. And he's vindicated because I asked him, "Do you have a tape dubbing machine?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." Yes, and he CC'd all the people who were making fun of him and said, "Look, you see, this is why I saved it."
Cassettes are back, baby.
Cassettes are back. So I went into in front of the class, and I went, "Everybody, I've got something to show you." And then I held it up in my hands like Tron, like in the Tron, like the personality disc or something. I held it up and I said, "Behold."
And that you were actually referencing John Cusack in.
Oh yeah,
what is
it
but
doesn't.
Anyways,
yeah. Isn't that
nobody would say, "Oh, that's a Tron reference." They would say it's what was the John Cusack movie where he's holding up the
Aren't we in that
boom
movie?
box? No, we're not in that movie.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I think it's Saving Private Ryan, that movie. That's not what I meant. I was holding it up like a Tron disc though, like ta-da!
Yeah,
like
I understand.
to be de-rezzed up into the air.
But anybody from Gen X seeing you do that, they would not say, "Oh, that's Tron." They would say, "That's John Cusack in not Better Off Dead." That's a different reference. It's a what's his name movie, right?
Empire Records?
No.
That's the one we're in.
John Cusack's not in Empire Records. He's in High Fidelity.
That's the movie. Yeah, that High Fidelity. Okay. Well, that's not, but he was holding it up to woo somebody, right? Like he was playing. That's not what I was doing. I was holding it up like
it doesn't matter.
Like the Ten Commandments. That's what not Tron, the Ten Commandments.
So yeah, if like an 80-year-old was in the classroom, then they would say, "Oh, you're referencing the Ten Commandments."
But movie by whoever. So anyway, I held it up.
Cecil B. DeMille, did C.B. DeMille do that version of Ten Commandments?
Anyway, then I passed it around the class. The tape dub. I'm going to pass this around, and I had RCA cables too, and I passed that around the class. And I thought at some point I was like, I'm making a fool out of myself. But I saw one kid had the tape deck on his lap, and I was like, what the hell? And he's got his phone out and he's taking a picture of it, like for his social media.
By the way, Cecil B. DeMille did not only direct the 1956 version of Ten Commandments, he narrated it too.
Wow. See, and everybody thinks that the narrated Blade Runner was bad.
And so it's like Cecil B. DeMille, like God complex, director with a God complex, and it's like actually narrating the Ten Commandments.
Well, okay. So where was I? Oh, the old. So people like old school. So then I was like, well, so what they know about us, like our musical heritage, is Nirvana, right? Kurt Cobain, who killed himself, and the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan, who hasn't killed himself. That's all they know. Like Billy Corgan is whiny, and Kurt Cobain is dead, right? It's like, oh yeah, Gen X, whiny dead people or whiny bald, Republican people, like, right? And I wanted them to actually hear from the mouth of somebody who also was making music, back at that time.
That's you?
No, not me. Ian MacKaye.
Ian. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally, I had wandered off.
Somebody
I had forgotten the origins of this.
I was talking about why
journey.
why we invited Ian Mackay to come talk, and so and I had this great quote about like he represents like integrity and DIY and authenticity and supporting community, all this stuff, but especially like integrity and using your resources, wisely, all that stuff, right? All that stuff that indie rock knows.
John Fine. What was the subtitle of John Fine's book?
We Hate You?
No, The Failure.
Oh,
was it? What was it?
It's obviously not a fail. Yeah, I know everybody was pissed off at John Fine's.
Well, no, there's
Steve Albini was mad.
The money, yeah. So you're talking about Smashing Pumpkins and Nirvana. That's the financially successful part of that era, as opposed to the hippy dippy community and not taking advantage of people financially.
Yeah.
Part of
I want them to hear about that because that's what their life is going to be like now.
Yeah, it's going to be like referencing Eugene V. Debs in a speech. That really blew me away. I was just like, who the hell references Eugene Debs in the 21st century?
Wait. Go ahead and bring me
to Studs Terkel, maybe. He referenced Eugene V. Debs like at that Green Party rally like 20 years ago. When was that rally?
Who was it? Hello, Joe Chrisman.
Eugene Debs was a socialist. He ran for president a number of times, but I think he died in 1920. He's like, found the worker Wobblies. Was he? I can't remember if he was the what union he founded. Anyway, sorry. What's his name? Referenced Eugene Debs.
Our new mayor of New York?
Yeah, our new mayor.
Okay. All right.
The new mayor of America.
Yeah.
Right? Was Rudy Giuliani the mayor of America? What did America's mayor? Is that what they called him?
Yeah, I think so.
So the New York mayor of New York is always America's mayor?
We've got so much to talk. Well, let me just finish with the Ian Mackay stuff. So, and then we're going to, we should talk
no, we don't
about
have to
America's.
talk about that. I'm just saying that, so Ian's like the Eugene Debs of indie rock.
Somebody saying, you were a cool band. I saw you several times back in the 90s. Thank you. Thank you, JPB71. So anyway, so somehow I hacked Ian into coming here. Like he's going to come here and then, and do a Q&A, and we're going to play the documentary, We Are Fugazi from Washington, D.C., which is a crowdsourced documentary. I can't wait to see it. But also, like, don't we always say we are poster children from Champaign, Illinois? Like, did they steal that from us?
I mean...
But we say it that way. I always say it that way. I say we were poster children from Champaign, Illinois.
I don't know. I feel like there's a history of bands saying that, though. But yeah,
maybe. Yeah, also like "Hello Cleveland," right? Like
well, that's different.
Digits. Yeah. And the digits were referencing
Spinal Tap. Ted Nugent.
That's in my book. Anyway, so Ian's gonna come. This documentary is gonna come, and then Jay fucking Ryan, right? Of Chicago, the Bird Machine fame, the guy who makes all the beautiful posters. We have posters up all over our house.
The guy who decorated our house.
The guy who our house is our house and many other people's interior decorator. Like he writes on Facebook, what did he write? He said, I would drive down, but I don't see the tickets on I don't see it listed on the normal theater. And I was like, Jay, you want to make a poster? And he was like, hell yeah. And then I was like, okay, now I've got to ask Ian if it's okay for Jay to make a poster with Ian's name on it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, I text him, I'm like, oh my God, I hope this works out. And then I, of course, tell my boss, who's like, oh my God, and because he's the one who's got to okay all this, and our boss is very excited about all this, right? We have a great new boss. So Ian says, I am familiar with Jay's work. It is very nice, and then I think, Jay, Ian's familiar with your work. It's very nice. And he's like faints. He like writes, back to me, faints. He's so excited. So, I'm like, Ian, can Jay make posters? And Ian's like, well, so this is the first thought, right? That comes into my mind. Who's gonna make the money from the posters? Like
who's gonna pay? That would have been my thought. First thought, who's gonna pay for this?
I didn't even think of that.
That would have been my first thought.
Yeah. I figured, like, I would love to make somebody's writing about, look at your JPB 71. Look closely at your Flower Power CD, because you, like Steve Albini, many years later. Oh yeah, probably good. Yeah, but it's Flower Plower. But that's so cool that we signed your Flower Plower CD. Okay, back to me talking about this poster. So I negotiated it all. Ian's like, who's gonna get the money? How many are you gonna print up? And we're gonna print up 100 or 140. Everything's got to, any kind of overage of money's got to go to charities. So we have to pick a charity. So is this charity okay? Yes, this charity is okay. And then the Normal Theater's gonna pay for the posters. That's an Adam Fox, who runs the Normal Theaters, was totally into all this. Everybody's so excited about all this. Everybody except the government air traffic controllers.
Oh, yeah, blame them.
This is so, the whole time Ian's like, I'm worried about the government shutdown. What if the plane doesn't, what if the planes don't fly? And I was like, that's not going to happen. The government shutdown's going to end before the SNAP benefits give out, because the Republicans are going to be worried that people are, their low information voters are all of a sudden going to possibly glean some information and start not being happy with them. But we just elected America's new mayor, which was a Democrat, and like 4 or 5 other Democrats that we've heard of, and maybe even more, right? It was a blue wave, landslide wave, and still now we're talking about like the air traffic. Yeah, I am a community organizer. That's right, Joe Chrisman. But anyway, the poster is made. Jay's been like texting pictures he's been printing the poster and then going around and showing people like, oh yeah, look at this Jay Ryan poster. Oh, that's a very pretty poster. Do you need to print that on our laser printer? We can print that out for you. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's going to be big. It's going to be 18 by 24, and there's going to be 100 of them, and they're all going to be signed. Oh.
Screen printed.
Screen print. Did I say screen?
You didn't
printed?
say that in your theater of the mind moment there,
Yeah.
but maybe that's why they don't understand.
No, I said screen
Okay,
printed.
good.
Anyway, he sent it. Did you see? I left one in your mailbox. I printed out like 10 of these little. He sent a 11 by 17, but we printed out like 8.5 by 11, black and white image of his poster. He sent.
Interesting.
It's so pretty.
Great.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, and then like he had to send the he asked Ian. Oh my God, he asked Ian what are you thinking about now? What would be the theme of the poster? Jay asked him, and I have to look to see what he said. And it'll take me forever to figure out to find. He said 2 words, and they were like, these guys are so smart. Isn't it weird how smart all these people are? And you'd think they'd be stupid idiots. Because they're good musicians, right? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But they're not. They're so brilliant, all these
Nice.
people. Okay, wait. I'll find what he'd said. I could even show, like, we're on TV. I could show the poster.
Riveting.
Well, you talk.
I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I don't want to get off topic here.
Yeah. Well, it was. Oh God, I can't find it. Is there a search?
What are you trying to search?
Oh, here it is. Ready? So, what are you thinking about now? And Ian wrote back, constructive idleness. Constructive idleness. And then Jay goes and writes like, oh, Andy Lester wants to see the poster. The poster's all over Facebook, Andy, but I will show the poster. Can these people see us?
If they're watching the live stream
or okay.
watching the archive.
All right, which one's got...
But
all right, Jay.
if they're listening...
Yeah. Here.
At a different time.
I'm showing the poster.
You know how this works.
Yeah.
I mean, the people watching it on video.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how close it is.
I don't think it's going to autofocus on that.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think it's gonna work.
We could. Oh, it worked.
What
Kinda
should we
worked.
do?
Look at all the different pictures
Yeah.
or different colors. All right. So that's going to happen like next week. I'm very excited about that. But there's so much negotiations about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and hopefully he actually is able to get here because Washington D.C. and Chicago are both regions that are going to.
He's going
have
through
stoppage.
Atlanta.
Yeah, so was Atlanta on the list?
Yeah.
It wasn't all blue states
Yeah.
either. I was
No.
assuming that all of the blue states were going to get their air traffic slowed, but it seems there's some Texas in there. So it was like, okay,
Huh.
it's going to be.
Well, is that because there's hubs there? They're just trying to kill the hubs.
I mean, like you saying, oh, the shutdown's going to end when SNAP benefits are challenged. And I'm like, that's
They
why
don't
would
care
that?
about that. Yeah.
Whereas
yeah,
like
it's the planes.
airport,
Yeah.
like air
Yeah.
travel,
Yeah.
that to me is what the that would affect the elite. Although I guess they're all on private jets, so it
Right.
doesn't- It's so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess airplanes are the buses of the 21st century.
Yeah, Joe's saying have Ian fly to Indianapolis and go pick him up. So at least 2 separate parties offered to go drive to Washington, D.C. to pick Ian up and drive him here, which I'm sure he would enjoy.
In order to, and then it would be filmed in order to make a Sundance documentary
Yeah.
for next year,
Well,
or South by Southwest.
South by
doc.
Southwest.
Yeah.
So the other thing that just happened is it's all over our feed that Ian and Henry Rollins went into and I've been talking to Ian. Went into the studio together and made a new record, which is not true. I mean, well, kind of not true. It's kind of true. They made a new.
No,
They
none
mixed.
of that is true.
Yeah. So I've been talking to Ian for.
It's not new.
Yeah. He
and
would have
they
told
did not
me.
make it.
Right. They were in the studio mixing some old punk rock songs, like on a cassette tape, I think. I think that's what Henry's statements. This is why I think Henry Rollins is kind of like J.B. Pritzker. If you read the statement carefully and the people involved, go ahead. You even figured it out, right? What actually is happening?
No, you told me.
Oh, okay. Right. So there's like a cassette
Henry made
tape.
it so Henry said that him and Ian were in the studio working on music or something.
Yeah.
And what they're actually doing is we're in a studio remixing or mastering some 40 or 45-year-old punk recording.
Yeah. And
I thought it was 4-track, but it may have been from the UK. So it's like some UK punk band, which is interesting to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they haven't said what it is, right? That's secret.
Yeah, maybe we can ask him when he's here.
And so that's but it got interpreted as they had recorded a record together.
Yeah. And then
which is not true.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's been so there are so many on my Facebook, there's so many different outlets like Brooklyn Vegan was the first one that I saw posted it, like Ian MacKaye and Henry Rollins are working on new music together. Oh my God. And then I saw the same headline somewhere in some other, but I would trust Brooklyn Vegan. I mean, I thought that was legit. And then there's also misspelled, punk rock your mama, there are a whole bunch of other reprints of it because they're all whatever AI or bot generated, right, content, right? And then this morning it was just like over and over again, this morning I started seeing videos of them playing together. Like a video of one of them playing and another video of another one of them playing. So they're videos of them playing together, I can say.
So separate, two separate shots.
Yeah.
You never see them together.
Yeah.
But they're
But it
next
looks
to
like
each other.
Yeah.
Through the magic of editing.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut from one scene to another, and
Yeah.
the assumption is that they're from the same place.
Yeah. So when I confronted Ian about it, he was like,
You confronted him.
Yeah, I said, hey, well, I was like, how come you didn't tell me you and Henry Rollins are working together? And because he's, kind of, told me what he's working on and stuff, and it didn't include Henry Rollins. And, he was like, because it's not new music. You wouldn't believe the amount of people who contacted me over the last day. It was like that day, he's like, you wouldn't believe how many people are asking me about this, and he's in the studio all the time. It seems like he's always in the studio, like working on stuff with people, like producing people's, like songs and or recording and stuff like that. I think that's what he likes to do during the day. So we can ask him what he's doing, and then archive stuff too. So, all right. Okay, so that takes care of that. Why is he like So I love J.B. Pritzker, and Pritzker's kind of stood like, why is that? Because I feel like J.B. is like, so, like, when you see him talk, it's so authentic that, like, sometimes, like, it's not even compressed properly, like in like a, in a sound bite. You know what I mean? And I think he dropped the F-bomb too, like a week ago, and then we didn't hear from him for a while, right? He was like, "Fuck," I don't.
Took him
out
back and got the switch.
Yeah, yeah. But do you ever like notice that, like, he'll end? It'll be like the flow equivalent of ending a sentence on a preposition or something like that. Like it's almost like. It's like when you're talking to the audience, like on the stage, and you're like, "Hey, everybody!" Like remember when Pond would come out and they'd be like, "Hey, what do you think of the new Star Trek?" or something, or you'd say something like, "Which do you guys like better, Star Wars or Star Trek?" And like people, it's not like, "How you guys doing out there today?" And people, go, "Whoa," right? Or you say something like, "Who likes to have sex?" And everybody's, "Whoa," like that. But if you ask a complicated question, then it's too hard for people to answer you in a uniform, like, "I like sex."
And so you're saying J.B. Pritzker does that?
Like the equivalent of and Andy Lester's saying JB is empathetic. Yeah, totally. He hasn't been squeezed into the sound bites yet. He doesn't seem like he's delivering just, although Chuck Schumer doesn't sound like that either. like the critique that like the critics are doing about Chuck Schumer now. We're like, he's like telling dad jokes and like waiting for people to laugh. I guess everybody's pretty. I guess really nobody can beat Trump. the delivery of Trump. Yeah. All right. Anyway, but that's what I was. I don't even remember who I was comparing.
So you're saying that J.B. Pritzker will say something and you'll think it's about one thing, but it's actually about something else, like what Henry Rollins did, where he said, "Me and Ian are making a record together," and he's actually not. He's misstated.
No, yeah, I don't, not that. No,
okay,
no, it's more
like J.B. Pritzker is like a guy who travels around the country and does spoken word stuff.
Well, that's what Henry Rollins does. So I more like the message is not diluted and processed yet. It's not processed. The message has not been processed. And by processed, I mean like when you process a Pop-Tart and now it's not flour anymore, it's a Pop-Tart. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
So not like memeable.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a meme yet. That's what it is. Not memeable.
It's like 140 characters as opposed to 14 characters.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Yeah.
He speaks in old school tweet as opposed to
I don't even think
new school.
I think he doesn't even tweet yet. He doesn't speak in tweet yet. Okay, let's move on because I don't know. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. But I do.
What is it called? Slop? What is it called? Brain?
AI slop or
brain? No, brain. What do the kids call it? Can't remember. I've got it too. I'm affected by it. It's affected me.
Italian, what is it? AI?
Yeah.
Italian AI slop? What?
It's not though. It's brain right?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we don't even know. We don't know because we're Gen X. So, all right. So, what do you think about America's mayor?
America's mayor.
Is he going to kill all the Jews?
Wow. There's just saw a thing on Gracie Mansion, the New York mayor's residence, which it's not. He hasn't said that he's going to live there yet, but there's a mezuzah on the entrance.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
I'm trying to remember who put it
This is
in.
New
What
York.
mayor?
Do they have Jewish mayors?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of Jewish
course.
mayors.
Okay. So, all right.
Well, I don't know about a lot.
Yeah.
At least two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Ed Koch, and then the guy who put the mezuzah up, and I can't remember his name.
He's not going to get rid of the. So
No, he can't.
I feel like this man is not going to kill all the Jews. I don't feel like he doesn't like Jews. I understand. Like I don't understand. I understand and I don't understand. It seems like the whole. And I can say this because I am a Jew, right? It seems like we don't have that fixed yet. I know all the wars have been ended, but it seems like the whole Jewish, Palestine, Israel, Gaza, all that seems like not totally fixed yet, right? People still dying, maybe? Or is that, there's a ceasefire, right?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, what is that? I mean, so you're saying, and that has direct connection to
Anybody
New York
who says
because-
that it's not fixed yet hates Jews and wants them all dead, I guess, like is a Jew hater, right? Anybody who has a question about how Netanyahu is taking care of the situation.
Yeah, and you're speaking from obscene viewpoint, right?
Yes.
Which is
Yeah. But I mean, I saw so
was it Ed Koch? See,
my sister has a friend who's just like, he's going to kill all the Jews. It's the prime directive of anybody who's a Muslim. To Ed Koch was the one who put up the mezuzah. Andy Lester says.
I
and think
assumed it
he
was
may
him,
be
but
a
when I
Jew,
read
too.
the article, I thought it was somebody else.
Hey, we don't have a mezuzah in our house, do we?
No, but I mean, are you an observant Jew?
Well, what you are?
So you can still have
I think I have a car mezuzah.
like a.
I didn't put. Yeah, Lillian got me a car mezuzah. Okay, this is all very
Is
complicated.
that funny? Is that's a real thing? Like your car door?
It's in my.
It's in the car.
I think it's a joke,
Yeah.
but it is in my. It's in my desk drawer. I just haven't put it up in the car yet. It'd be pretty funny. Oh, Andy says ChatGPT pointed me to an article at Tablet.
Okay.
So, what did you think about the blue wave? Are you excited? What do you think
Blue
about
wave.
the new younger Democrats?
What do I think about the new younger Democrats? Or are you talking about Democratic Socialists?
Oh yeah. Actually, why don't you explain to me, who doesn't understand why, like the difference between socialism and communism?
Wow.
Why don't you explain to me?
You're like Trump.
I am like Trump, but I'm willing to listen. Explain to me why it's okay and why it's not okay for somebody to say they're democratic socialist.
Democratic socialism is like what Democrats used to be like FDR, and then Democrats are like
Republicans?
like Bill Clinton, or like neoliberal,
Neoconservative.
basically middle of the road Republicans. Like that time I announced at Thanksgiving, what was it, 16 years ago, that Obama's great, but he's basically a moderate Republican.
And what happened when you announced that?
People rolled their eyes.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Rick's family. Both our families are very, very, very liberal. We have nobody to argue with at Thanksgiving. Nobody at all. But you were, you stepped out. You got them to roll their eyes politely.
Yeah, then there was that time. Yeah, my dad was like, "Well, Ralph Nader, like, what's his position on Social Security?" And it was like, that it's not broken, and you just need to, make sure that it's funded in the future. And he was like, "Oh," which was like, "Oh yeah, it wasn't like, oh, Ralph Nader was like, Social Security is broken." You know, it was like, yeah. So, but I was, yeah, no, I don't think, yeah, I'm that farther left, but I am prone to. I had a problem with the Democrats of the past 30 years.
Right. You're more of a democratic socialist also.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so what?
definitely.
If you were the mayor of this house, you were the mayor of Bloomington, Illinois, or you were the mayor. Let's say, what do you like? What are you excited about?
As Eugene Debs said, you can't be mayor of America.
Who is
he
Eugene
didn't
Debs?
we talked about that earlier.
I know.
Socialist.
Yeah, but
ran for president a number of times as a socialist in the early part of the 20th century. Is that correct? See, now that's why
how
it
old you
was
are.
funny
Yeah.
when he made a reference
Yeah.
about Eugene Debs.
Yeah, because it was an old person.
Zoran. Is that right? Am I
Yeah.
saying it right?
Zoran.
Zoran.
Yeah.
It was just like Eugene Debs. Like who's getting that reference? Like your dad, his dad,
well, he was
his poli-sci dad, right? Is like, yeah,
what?
you know.
His mom is like a movie director.
Yeah.
She directed. What did she direct? Like something we've seen.
Yeah.
God.
Monsoon Wedding, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? Yeah, and then his dad's right, political scientist, right?
Makes sense. So Nepo baby, Nepo mayor,
Nepo baby. Yeah,
mayor.
that was funny.
Nepo
Who said
baby.
that? Was that Seth Meyers talking about?
I don't know.
He was talking about, calling him a Nepo baby, and then it's like Andrew Cuomo. Oh, he's not a Nepo baby.
They're all
And then
Nepo babies.
who's not a Nepo baby? Yeah.
Oh, Trump.
Curtis Sliwa. Yeah, exactly. Trump. Curtis Sliwa, I guess, isn't a Nepo baby.
Why is that dude wearing a red hat, a red beret?
Have you never listened to Red Angel Dragnet by The Clash?
I probably have, but I'm not making a
Do you
connection
remember
here.
he's head of he founded the I can't remember Angels what were they called? It's so long ago.
Come on,
That's
Andy,
also
help
like
us.
an old thing.
Yeah. All right, so did I see? So I feel like I saw a video with
Guardian Angels? Is that what they were called?
Wow. So Curtis.
He was like, so they had the red berets, they had the T-shirts, they were guarding. They were kind of like not a militia group, like a, when people take things into their own hands.
The libertarian.
Guardian Angels. Okay.
Okay. All right.
No, not libertarian. No.
Sorry.
When you, I can't freaking get anything in my head anymore. It's like all gone. I'm gonna give up. You got electrocuted.
Oh. All right, so it's the touchpad, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's something with your laptop and then touching your laptop.
Yeah, because my laptop's plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always a problem because your laptop isn't grounded, I think. Because everything else on this system is grounded.
It's got a 3-prong plug.
It doesn't? And it's plugged in?
Yeah.
Why don't you unplug it?
Oh, I guess I could.
Because then if it's really you connecting to the laptop.
I hate that. Okay. I think I just got rid of all the hair on my mustache.
A momentous moment in podcasting. The first person to be electrocuted live on a podcast, on a live stream.
So, all right. So this dude is a Republican?
Vigilante.
Jesus. Okay. All right. So this guy is a Republican? That guy, Curtis Lee. And did I see a video of Curtis and Zoran like talking to each other and like I feel like I saw
probably.
that. Yeah, they were talking to each other.
I don't see why they wouldn't talk to each other.
They were talking about how good each other was. They were like promoting each other.
Oh,
that's what
that was no. So the way they did the primary was see, now I can't even remember what that's called. Where you ranked choice voting. And so one of the other they were both another
other
candidate
Democrat,
in the
yeah.
primary they were both endorsing each other
Each
as
other,
number
that's-
twos.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
so
all right.
I want you to write Zoran in as number 2, and Zoran wants you to write in
Oh,
the other guy
that's what
as
I
number
saw.
2, so
Okay,
that
right.
Cuomo wouldn't
Yeah.
win, right?
Yeah.
Like they both were like, get rid of Cuomo. And so, yeah, no. That
So what I thought was funny.
won the Republican
Yeah.
primary because that's kind of it's like running as a Democrat here in Bloomington, right? You're not gonna win.
You're not going to win. Oh, okay. All right. This is funny though. Like it seems pretty far out for a Republican.
And that's not 100% true. As things are shifting a little bit in this town.
So and then like the night before, like when I found out that Trump endorsed Cuomo, and also they were like so freaked out about Zoran winning. Like I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty telling, pretty interesting, right? Like I mean, they still, and then there was like, the apocalypse is going to happen. The New York is just going to fall into the ocean if Zoran wins. It's going to be the end of the world and stuff. That was some interesting messaging, I thought. Like, it almost seems like I don't know. Yeah, I didn't understand what that was all about. They were scared.
Well, it's what everybody always says about anyone who's more progressive, right? It's like, oh, you can't vote for them, they can't win. It's because it's so radical that they're gonna fail, right?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's
That's what gave
stupid
us
because of
Trump.
course, I mean that's the thing is what's considered socialist now. I mean, it's not that extreme. Jesus, it's just freaking, basic human support and empathy. It's like
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's not-
yeah. I saw Heather Cox Richardson was talking yesterday, and she was saying, "Don't fall too much in love with the people that you're hearing from now, because there's 3 more years before the next presidential election. But fall in love with the issues, like just support the issues and stuff like that. Hear what they're saying and support those things." So I thought that was nice. She just seems like she's got like a really long-term view on all of this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true, but any kind of movement and change, I would say yes, you have to have a narrative, you have to have ideas, but at least in the current situation, right, there has to be some sort of leader. It kind of goes back to my authoritarianism. I mean, that's in now, right? And so it's almost like, well, and then instead of thinking of it as like a left-right thing, it's the tenor of the times, right? So and it's like we need a benevolent, a progressive authoritarian, like an FDR, right? So you need a a leader, a cult of personality type person, right?
You definitely need whoever it is going to have more than 75 days or however much Kamala Harris had.
In order to kind of create momentum and
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I mean, yeah.
Do you see what Cody's writing? Boomers against socialism while collecting Social Security and Medicare.
Can F off. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like, wow, that's, people want all those things, and it's like, so yeah, it is important to have that narrative and get people back on board. Or it's not even they love all those things, and it's just like somehow getting the narrative back to and that's why we have to vote for people who want to keep those things, and you call them communists and socialists, and it's like they're just people who want to give you social support. Want your government to support you, and it's like it's not some radical anti-Christian, anti-faith kind of zealots. They're not zealots, right? It's
Yeah.
they're representing what you want.
Andy's saying against socialism, but having police protection.
Yeah, having public roads.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Against socialism, but having public roads. All right. Okay. So, how about are you done with the politics? You never really want to talk about politics.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
All right. So, what do you have in music news?
Music news.
Yeah.
So I just imagine I'm like Kurt Loder, and then there's that
Yeah.
awful stop motion animation of a globe spinning around that
Yeah.
says music news.
Let's see. Or yeah, like against socialism, but having food inspections so companies don't feed us toxins. It's just, I think the whole problem with the world, with our society these days, is low information voters. Air traffic control is a government social program, as Cody says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Low information voters. I think that's the problem. Or bad information voters. So like my poor sister, she's like sends me this 2-paragraph thing that her friend wrote that's just like crazy talk. Like she's like, how do I argue with this? And it's like basically says, like a spaceship, Zoran Mamdani came out of a spaceship and he's going to kill all the Jews and this and that, and it's just so, didn't say spaceship, but it was like so, and then the friend,
Yeah, and so I guess you call that low information, but it's what it is again, it's just this narrative, right? This really well constructed narrative. We talked about it before. It's just like what Angela Lansbury in Manchurian Candidate said. It was this speech was formulated by our best agents, in order to create this thing, and that's just the sort of anti-social sort of safety net, anti-government narrative that's been well constructed and programmed into people. That's what it is. I mean, you can say it's low information. I mean, so that's the thing is people, so even if you have good information and the right information, I think you're beholden to narratives and stories and leaders and kind of a cult of personality, kind of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, yeah. And so the reality is I would say, people on both sides, the majority are low information voters, right? That was that whole thing. Who was the reason? Yeah, I just heard again about the researcher who was like, arguing that it's not a left-right thing. It's like the small percentage of people who care and are engaged with politics.
Right.
And then everybody else. And everybody else hates, the people who are completely engaged in politics and what's going on, right? And it's just like, ugh, I hate those people, right? And so it's like low information voters. I don't know. I guess that's just a code name for right wing death cult believers, right?
I think they're two different things. I think there's people who are so low there's way two different things. Like low information voters are like my students, like you can be like, hey, there's an election. It'll be like, really? Wow, what's the election for? Like people don't even know that. Like people and so people, even like the Pod Save America guys, talk about this all the time. And yeah. Anyway. What was I going to say? I had something else to say and I can't remember what it was. Andy Lester says every time you say cult of personality, he hears Vernon Reed's riff in his head.
Yeah.
So, what you did tell me some kind
Gen
of musical
X.
thing. What
I did?
That's what I was going to say. You're like the Angela Lansbury quote from the Manchurian Candidate, where she says that, this speech, this is the speech that what's his name? His name is Iceberg, right? Iceland or something is gonna, the evil senator is gonna say, crafted by the best, Russian minds, because this is like anti-Russia, right? When the first Manchurian candidate came out, right? That's what I'm talking about, that some of these guys don't do. Like J.B. Pritzker, like doesn't
Yeah.
do the perfectly crafted, like heartstring thing. He doesn't do that
I mean,
at all.
I totally. I mean, I disagree. You know, like and I'm not criticizing him, but
Right.
he has the whole story about his mom. You know, he's the billionaire and everything like that. But then talking about his mom, you know,
Yeah.
fighting for reproductive rights and things like that, and going to marches and things like that, and talking about how, you know, he's kind of caring, or that's what inspires him and everything like that. He's got his
Those
sort
are
of well constructed stories.
those are stories, yeah. But like it's I don't know. I like sometimes.
So you're talking about
just his actual
like
speeches.
memes and like
Yeah, I'm talking about his speeches. Like
Mhm.
so I've listened. I'd be like, don't end with a preposition, dude. You know, like that. Just something like that. I don't know. All right. Andy Lester says, speaking of movies, is there anyone on Letterboxd we should be following? You're on Letterboxd,
I am.
right? Yeah. What things have you reviewed lately? Give us a
It's been a while. I think it's the last one was the Springsteen movie. I don't know if I've watched. Yeah, it's less and less movies.
what did you tell me about? There was some kind of music thing that you told me today. What was it?
I don't
You don't
remember. Was
Hmm.
it this morning?
I think it was this morning, or like it was the last couple of days. I don't remember.
I remember. Yeah, I didn't talk to you about this. Just seeing a picture of Keith Richards' hands. And apparently he has. So he does have arthritis. Like, yeah, his hands look like, you know, like 1940s catcher's mitts now, and he's still playing, but it's
Ugh.
really hard for him to play. But it's arthritis, but it's like he doesn't have pain, so he's just got these knobbly. His hands are knobbly, but he actually doesn't have constant pain, which was interesting. And then I was listening to the super deluxe version of "Who Are You."
That's what
And-
it was.
Yeah, and I
You're
listened
talking
to it
about Who
again.
Are You?
And so there's like rehearsal. There's Shepperton Studio recordings. They did kind of like an in studio live performance for The Kids Are All Right to get footage, like the really cool Won't Get Fooled Again. I think Bob O'Reilly live performance is actually shot at Shepperton Studios. But then there's a whole bunch of music in this new super deluxe edition of Who Are You, with different like rehearsals, and it says like tour rehearsal at Shepperton, and there's some stuff. There's like a weird reggae version of The Kids Are All Right, the song. Or
Oh,
like
right,
initially.
yeah, it's something with
and
the kids.
and the
yeah.
second, it sounds like there's a second guitar instead of bass, and then it's like, I know, oh yeah, John Entwistle plays. You know, he was playing an 8-string bass, so with octave. You remember you had an 8-string bass for a while. Yeah. And so there, and then, but this really sounded just like guitar. And I was like trying to figure out, okay, so were they, and so it was also saying tour rehearsal 1978. So the thing is that Keith Moon died during the, you know, right after, this is the last footage of Keith Moon playing with The Who was the Shepperton Studio shows or recordings for the movie. But then it's like says Shepperton tour rehearsals 1978, and so 1978 was when Keith Moon died, and then they went on tour in 79 with Kenny Jones. But these rehearsals don't sound like Kenny Jones. And then on top of it, sounds like there's a second guitar on them. But the more I listened, I guess it was like, oh, this is just like, but that's the thing about John Entwistle, reading about him playing the 8-string bass, and it's like, oh, he's almost, a lot of times it's like a rhythm guitar because he's playing high up. And that's the thing, is he did get this 8-string bass built with more frets at the top so he could play the higher octaves.
Wow.
Right? So even higher octaves.
Yeah.
And it's like, but he also said, I'm not really good at chords. I play notes, you know, and you listen to it and he does. But he is flopping around and he's playing octaves, and like not just octaves with the double strings, but then also octaves.
With over
and then
few
listening to it
strings.
again, it was just like, oh, I guess it's not a guitar. It's Entwistle's bass, 8-string bass, jacked up the high end, more high end than low end. So you're hearing the upper octave or the top octave strings.
And what are you listening to in this?
So what am I listening to?
Yeah.
It's on Apple Music. It
Okay.
just got released.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a box set.
So,
on
you know
vinyl.
what? Then there was something you were telling me that was maybe a reggae song, but it isn't.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah, the guys. So we had guys working on our giving our not a colonoscopy. What did they do to our
They
basement?
took out
They
the entire intestines.
and put in new
We should
ones. Yeah.
well, wait. So we'd be doing laundry, and then like there's cracks in our basement floor. Our house is over 100 years old, way over 100 years old, right? Our house was built in 1899. Is it true?
No. 1906. So it's
19
almost 120 years.
Okay, all right. So it's almost 120 years. Oh, we should have a 120-year-old party for it. But there's cracks in our basement, and then like a little bit of water came up, like just a little bit, like when you're doing the laundry, and it's like, what's that? And it would smell a little sewery and stuff. So
But not poopy.
not poopy, no, just like sewer gas, right? And so you ended up, you should tell that whole story because I don't even know.
That's going to take hours.
Okay, well, so anyway, the guys finally, after all the talking and all the negotiations you did for that, the guys kind of came here. Well, because you had a guy doing the
yeah, no.
routing.
I mean, yeah, we've had
Yeah.
people clear it out in the past, and then came back and cleared out the basement drain. But then it was like, oh, I think it's collapsed, and yeah, so we still had the cast iron sewer lines
from
going under the
120
house.
years
so
ago.
120, and I looked it up, and it's like they in best conditions 80 to 100 years. You can get it, but usually like 40, and it's like, yeah, made it to 120. I mean, it seems like they were original, 1906 pipes,
But they were completely
and it was
disintegrated.
from before. So that's the thing is the
Yeah.
basement did not have concrete originally. It was dirt basement. So all the houses from that era,
Yeah.
it's like it's the joke in this neighborhood is like everybody's got a Silence of the Lambs basement,
Oh,
right? So
Yeah.
that it's what our basement looks like. But what would happen is people would then pour concrete over the dirt floor, and that's what happened. And when they did that, they covered over the sewer lines, right?
yeah.
But then finally, it fell apart. But they were listening. The guys, working, were listening again, and only one of the guys working was like our age, but listening to like classic rock radio.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I was
and so you can hear like coming up through the floor while we're in the kitchen.
Like that like I heard Tom Sawyer, and then I heard the
Yeah.
White Stripes. I had to
Yeah, so
I had to
newest,
Shazam
so
it.
you'd get up to the White Stripes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the latest stuff was like Guns N' Roses, but then like Hotel California started, and
what?
hearing it through the floor, and then it was like, holy shit, this is like the whitest reggae song ever. I mean, I never realized it. It's like really bad reggae, because Don Henley is a shit drummer, right? So, I mean, just watch like the live, like 1977 Hotel California live performance, and just watching him play the drums, and it's just like it's like offensive just to see him. It's like watching a 4-year-old chop wood. It's just like, oh my God, he's an awful drummer. But anyways, and then I'm like, and of course the thing is that in my world, the what holds the title of the worst white reggae song ever is Obla Di Obla Da. Like when you find out that like the Beatles Obla Di Obla Da was supposed to be reggae. And it's like, ooh, wow. Like once you know that, and then you start listening and you go, oh, Jesus, this is, wow, this is shameful. It is the worst Beatles song, right? It's not Maxwell Silver Hammer. Because at least Maxwell
that.
Silver Hammer is the shit that it is, whereas Obla Di Obla Da is reggae, but awful.
So when I was younger, like in high school, my parents gave me guitar lessons. They bought me a guitar, and I had like an acoustic guitar, and that was one of the songs that they gave us. They were like, and I was like, "What is this Obla Di Obla Da?" And they're like, you've never, it's the song Obla-Di, Obla-Da. You've heard it, right? And I was like, I've never heard that song.
Yeah. And so anyways, so I and I know a little bit about Hotel California, and so like Don Felder, right? The guitar, he like wrote the music, and there was a demo. He did a 4-track demo, not a 4-track cassette demo, of the music, and then Don Henley heard it and he called it Mexican reggae. Like that's what they called the song before it had lyrics. They called Hotel
How did
California.
you find that out?
I looked it up on the internets. It was like
Wow.
Henley. Yeah, that was the name for it until. Did Don Henley write the words? Yeah. No, Glenn Frey. Who? I can't remember. So Don Felder wrote the kind of basic. It was like a basic riff or whatever, or the guitar stuff, and then Henley and Frey like worked on it. But then, yeah, the nickname for the song was Mexican reggae. So I felt vindicated.
Yeah.
It's like, but it took me.
Did you go downstairs and tell the guys who
right?
were working on?
Yeah.
Did you go down there?
Yeah, and I went on that whole long tangent. Yeah, and talking.
Did you go down there?
No, I did not. It's like I have to keep
so
myself
funny.
in check around around
the
the
normies. Yeah, the
It's
normies.
like-
yeah.
like
Well,
I can't even
okay,
remember
so
what I was saying to them.
there
where
was
it was like I was already going off the edge.
Yeah, one of them said, "Oh yeah, the guys told me they met you and that you were nice." me.
Yeah,
I don't know what they said. So what like they saw our basement, they saw your studio. Did they say anything to you? Like, did they say,
Yeah.
"What is this?" What'd you tell them?
I didn't tell them anything about it, but they just said, "Oh, we don't want to go in there," or like we're worried about. Yeah, so that was part of the thing. Is like the sewer line. If it was going to go under my studio room, that was going to be a problem because we'd have to pull everything out of there and rip it up. And so that was it. It was just kind of like, ooh, they were kind of scared of it, I guess, in terms
sure.
of
Yeah.
yeah, because considering what did happen as they dug out the whole sewer line in the base. I mean, they cut
They
the concrete.
Yeah, they
Sledgehammered it out, and then and there's dust everywhere, and like they were the cutter, the blades. That's not a sawzall, whatever it was. They had to spray water on it while they were cutting concrete, and so it's kind of like sprayed concrete dust everywhere. So it would have been bad, yeah, if they had gotten into the studio.
You would have had to move all your stuff out of the studio.
Yeah. And I have done that before. I did do that before, but
yeah,
it would be a pain.
Lucky. Really
yeah, exactly.
lucky. Yeah.
Non-reggae song. So that's the thing is we had the non-reggae song, but at least we acknowledged, right? And so for non-reggae song, I think that was like, it wound up being like a what's his name? Is she really going out with him? Joe Jackson song, right? So Joe Jackson, yeah. So like Joe Jackson reggae, right? That kind of white reggae.
That's better than
better. Yeah, definitely
Mexican reggae.
Well, better than Hotel California and Obla-Di, Obla-Da.
Andy said Pavement Saw, and then Cody.
Pavement Saw. Thank you.
Cody also had told us who the killer was, and the serial killer in Silence of the Lambs was based on somebody from Philadelphia, and I didn't read that fast enough. Sorry, Cody. Thank you for that information, though. We appreciate that. Thank you guys, for
Philly
helping
proud.
us. Yeah.
Gary Heidenick.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Philly. Yeah. All right. So but that's all, tens of thousands of dollars later. It seems like our basement has been rerouted.
The jury's
lines.
out on the cost.
Yeah.
So So don't say.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
The estimate was not 5 figures, but it probably has moved.
Well, because
above 5 figures. No, we don't need to talk about it. I'm just saying.
Well,
but when you say that it cost us multiple tens of thousands of dollars, that's not true. We haven't even gotten the final bill yet. So
yeah, good. But it was neat. It was neat. Like it was so. It seems like I thought that was going to take weeks, for them to fix, but they got it done like so.
Yeah,
quickly.
I don't know. Yeah, why you thought it would take weeks?
Why?
I guess because of the neighbor's house, right?
Yeah.
So the neighbors are getting the roof done, but they have a tiled roof, like ceramic. Well, they're painted. I don't think they're ceramic tiles, so they're painted terracotta tiles that are painted with like a green
glaze.
Yeah. So which is
beautiful.
a weird kind of thing that's in this town. I don't know. And there was a brick making company. Although, yeah, lots of towns had brick factories in them, like local brick. But I'm thinking that's why. So they've got these kind of unique green tiles on the roof, and they had them all taken off, and they're getting the roof, sort of resealed or whatever they're doing, putting the tar paper back on, and then putting those tiles back on. And that's been a month that those guys have been working on that.
That was supposed to be done before Halloween too. They were pissed off that they weren't done for the big Halloween.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it looks cool like that. Your house has a costume.
Mm. Yeah.
God, Halloween in this neighborhood is nuts. All right. Anything else? Let's see. Talked about the basement. Did a little bit of politics. What are you looking forward to next week? What's your chatter?
What am I looking forward to next week?
Yeah.
I don't have anything top of mind that I'm looking forward to. Nothing. I'm looking forward to nothing.
No movies coming out pretty soon or anything like that.
I'm sure there are, but it's not like I'm. Okay. It's not like I'm a kid on Christmas Eve, waiting for something to happen. I'm an old man. I'm just kind of the future is in front of me, and it's coming, but it's not. I'm not waiting.
All right.
Waiting in my bed.
Okay.
For the sound of Rudolph.
Although
Santa on my rooftop.
Well, we're looking forward to Ian visiting us.
Yeah,
That'll be really nice.
That'll
Ian and
great.
Jay hanging out with Jay Ryan and whoever all the hundreds of people who have named their businesses after Fugazi songs in here, and like all the people who like can't wait to meet him and stuff like that. That'll be really neat. So. Hopefully the government shutdown ends pretty soon.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thank you for listening. Thanks for talking to me.
See you in a fortnight.
See you in Fortnite.
What?